Hey YouTubers, it's your girl Shannon from Tesla and Chill, and today is a big day for our Model 3. Our Kanye is gonna go under the knife. He is gonna have some plastic surgery done and have a bra put on, but no, not a push-up bra. He's gonna have a clear bra put right on the front bumper here. Now we are gonna have this done because about a week ago when we were driving on the highway, we had a rock come up and take a big chunk right out of the hood, and it still hurts my heart when I talk about it, but let me show you the damage here. And you can see right here, can you see that? It doesn't look too good, but we did do the paint repair kit from Tesla. We ordered that and we put the paint on, and even though the paint matches beautifully, we still see that indentation from the rock there. So we want to start to take some preventative action and start to wrap parts of the car. Now, right now you might be asking, if the rock hit the hood, why are you wrapping the bumper? And that's an excellent point. Thank you for bringing that up. Now, if you can tell, the Tesla, of course, it is a beautiful car. It has those angles, it has those curves. It's so sleek. I like to think it's curvaceous like my body. Just kidding, that's a joke. Don't be dropping comments telling me to hit the gym. Just chill, Tesla and chill. See what I did there? I wrapped in our channel title. Okay, anyways, so we are gonna have the pros put the wrap on the bumper because they are the pros, they know what they're doing, and they can handle all of those angles. Now, for the hood, I'm feeling kind of ambitious. Now, since our DIY project for the curb rash ended up being pretty successful, and if you haven't seen that video, check it out. I'm a little bit biased, but I think it's a great video. But since our rim is still looking pretty good here, I'm thinking that I might want to try to do the wrap on the hood myself. Now, I know that's a big jump in skill level, but again, I'm feeling pretty ambitious. And the hood, it's a little bit different from the bumper. Actually, it's a lot different. The hood, I feel like it's fairly flat. It does, of course, have the slopes on the edges, but I feel like it's something I might want to try to tackle myself. Now, for the pros who are doing the bumper, we are going to Auto Tint Northwest in Lacey, Washington, and I think they gave us some really good quotes. Now, for the bumper, I think it was maybe around $300. Now, for the hood, if it for some reason I can't do it, and we'll see how that goes. That'll be maybe a future video. But if the hood doesn't work out with me trying to do it, we will definitely take it to the pros. Now, for half a hood, that would be about $250. For the full hood, they quoted us about $500, and I feel like that's pretty reasonable. But if I can do it myself and save a few $100s, I can treat myself to a purse and then save the difference. But again, we've still got them as a backup. And they were actually the ones who did the tinting on our windows right when we got the Tesla. So they did all 4 of the windows, and then they did our rear window. They put that tinting on too. And we were super impressed with the work that they did. I feel like it looks like it came from the factory this way. So we are really excited to use them again. But our appointment is in 30 minutes, so we have got to hit the road, beat that traffic on I-5. So we have got to get going. Okay, you guys, now look where I'm pointing. Right in front of us is a Prius. And no, there's nothing special about this particular one that's in front of me. I'm sure you've probably seen 100 million Priuses on the road, even just in your daily travels. But whenever I see a Prius, whenever I see this hybrid or an electric car that looks kind of similar to a Prius, tell me if this is wrong, but I always want to just flick it right off the road. Now, I'm going to get past this Prius and we'll have a little chat about it. Okay, so now that we just passed a Prius, it has me really thinking about other electric cars and the Prius itself. Because the Prius itself was really probably, that I can remember, maybe one of like the biggest deals when it came out. It was like the hybrid car to have, and maybe that was just where I lived in in Little Rhode Island. But it was a big deal when it came out. I remember a lot of my friends' parents, they were trading in their cars to get the hybrid. They're gonna save a lot of money on gas. My uncle, he traded in his truck to get the Prius. And I mean, it was a great car for what it was. It was reasonably priced. You saved a lot of money. But I think it was more along the lines of an economy car. I mean, it was a Toyota, so it's not like I was expecting something super great. It was comfortable, but it wasn't necessarily with the luxurious factor. But it was a great car for what it was. He had it for quite a few years. I think if I were to pick a car right now, I probably wouldn't choose any other electric car other than a Tesla. When you take a look at other electric cars like the Prius, the Chevy Volt, now Volt I think, the Nissan Leaf, all of those cars really stand out, and I don't know if it's necessarily in a good way. When you drive by those cars, you know they're an electric car, but you know that even though it may be good mileage, or maybe it just runs on electricity, even though you know that an electric car is really great, usually it's kind of lacking in other areas. So typically, like in the Prius, I know it used to get, I think maybe 0 to 60, it would take maybe like 13 seconds. So it would be an electric car, which would be awesome, but it would be then lacking in the performance factor. Now, I think that's where Tesla has really changed the game. So Tesla, on the other hand, they are on the more luxurious side. They have the performance factor, and they're all electric. I think they're really kind of the whole package, whereas other cars are really just kind of lacking in that area. For myself, I know when my uncle and I, we drive around in his Prius and we'd roll up in that thing, he would sometimes be the butt of a few jokes, usually in a funny way, like nothing malicious, but it just wasn't necessarily the car that you really want to be rolling around in. And I think that's where a lot of car manufacturers have kind of taken notice, even though the Prius has kind of remained pretty much unchanged for the past 19 years. I think maybe they've redesigned, you know, the headlights, the taillights, just a few changes here and there, but nothing crazy. I think that's where other manufacturers are now starting to take notice that maybe people don't necessarily like that added attention. Maybe you can just integrate them in and look like normal ICE vehicles. And that's where I think Jaguar did a pretty good job here. If you remember, we test drove the I-Pace just a few weeks ago, and even though it necessarily wasn't a car that I would ever want to drive, and if you saw my video, you probably know why, but just looking at the outside of it, it isn't a car that I would immediately think, ooh, that's electric. And if you saw our last video, the Audi e-tron, that car was beautiful. I would be very happy driving that car. I would take that car right now. The Audi e-tron, if you were to pass it on the road, it looks like just another Audi. It looks really nice. So I think the car brands and the manufacturers are really starting to take notice and kind of taking it to heart, especially now that we all know that electric is the way of the future. But that's really just my 2 cents. But now that we're almost here, I'm going to wrap this up so we can get this bra put on. So here we are at Auto Tint Northwest. We are dropping off Kanye. This is our last look at him, and we will pick him up tomorrow. Okay, it has been just over 24 hours, and you can see the clear bra right there. That's what we had done. I'm gonna go inside and pay, and they are gonna bring the car around for us. Now, while I was paying, I saw them bring the car around. Let's take a look. It should look like nothing really has been done. And here we are. It looks beautiful. And going in for a closer look, this looks amazing. It looks like nothing was even done to the car. That's how good of a job they did. I don't see any extra plastic. It looks pretty seamless and smooth. Let's see, I only see just a few little watermarks and some air bubbles. Maybe you can see especially like right here. Now they said that as the water underneath evaporates, those will completely disappear. So it'll look even better than this. But I am super excited. Kanye looks fantastic. Well, this wraps up this video, but thanks for watching, and we'll have another one for you soon.